Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. And hello, Jasper, who just jumped up next to me. Hello, buddy. Welcome, everyone, to the stream. How's everyone doing today? I hope I find you all well. I hope you're all in good spirits. And I thank you for joining me here this morning on the pre-stream for my full day of streaming today. How you doing? Welcome. Today is Thursday, the 15th of April, 2021. We're halfway through April, guys. Oh, how time flies, right? And, got a full day of streaming lined up for you guys. Boy, today do we have two completely different kinds of games lined up for the streams, as I'll explain in just a moment. Jasper is very silly today. Hi, buddy. I wonder, now you want to be able to see him on camera right now. He's on my right-hand side, which is kind of off camera. He's walking all over the top of the chair. So everyone, how you doing? I hope you're all in a good mood, and I hope you're all doing well. Today should be a fun day. Because in the first stream here, which is going to be the continuation of Divinity 2, we're on the high seas. We've escaped Fort Joy. We're on our ship, which apparently is alive. We learned that last stream. And we're attempting to try to get to new lands. Okay? Now, we don't know where that's going to go. Right now, we got intercepted by Dallas, who apparently is the person who is kind of behind all the Magisters. And she's invading our ship, and we have to basically fight them off. It says that you don't have to win the fight, you just kind of have to kill time until this woman Malady can cast a spell to make you escape. So it sounds like we're probably going to have to abandon ship. I don't know if we'll get the ship back, being that we just found out it's a living ship. Maybe we'll get it back later in the game. But anyway, we need to get the hell out of there. And then what I'm thinking is we're going to actually touch down at shore somewhere and continue on with the game. So we're going to see what happens today with this major stream of Divinity 2. I don't know, where the game is going plot-wise. I'm just happy to be out of the intro segment, quite frankly. Okay? Should be a good time. Then on tonight's late stream, talk about a contrast. It's an action-packed stream of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Last couple of streams have been Shoddy Snipers fun, where I challenge myself to use the auto shotgun called the Street Sweeper, as well as the Tundra Sniper Rifle, trying to unlock the best attachments for said weapons, which we're close to doing. We're actually leveling them up pretty nicely. I went on a few pretty good score streaks with the Sniper Rifle when we played this a couple days ago. I'm looking forward to more of that tonight, of course. But I'm wondering what's going to happen tonight, especially with the channel points wagering that we do during the Call of Duty streams, that you guys really seem to enjoy. So it should be a good time. I hope to see you all tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, for some Call of Duty fun, okay? Now, tomorrow, the schedule has shifted. Please listen up, everyone. There's a change to the schedule tomorrow. A big change to the schedule. All right? So tomorrow, the 16th of April, we are now continuing Danganronpa V3, and we are attempting to beat and complete the second class trial and move on to Chapter 3 of the game. We're right smack dab in the middle of the second class trial right now. And more stuff, facts are being revealed about the murder of Ryoma, excuse me. But we're still kind of stumped. I still have no idea who did it and what's going on. I'm still kind of confused. Although I do have a suspect in mind, I don't exactly know how they did it. And you might be saying, okay, why are you doing that on Friday? I thought you were playing Ghosts and Goblins. Well, we beat Ghosts and Goblins yesterday. I didn't expect that. But yesterday I beat the next to last boss, then I beat the entire final stage and the final two bosses, all in one sitting. I was surprised, just as much as you were, that I was able to do that, because previously there were entire streams where I couldn't beat a stage, but I beat multiple bosses and a stage all in one sitting yesterday. And you know what? As relieved I am that the game is over, because I've been playing it for a month and a half at the same time, it was a pretty unique experience, a unique game. I'm glad I played it, even though it really just showed me that there are some games that are not my cup of tea, and that game is definitely not. It is too difficult. That is a game that was so difficult that by the end I was just not having any more fun with it. I just wanted it to be over. So I'm glad it's over. We beat it yesterday. That means that tomorrow we can now focus on other things, such as Danganronpa, okay? Now tomorrow night, it's going to be my late night stream of Street Fighter for the week, Throwback Street Fighter fun, and that's actually my final stream of the streaming week. Pretty cool. I get to end on a high note with Street Fighter this week. I am not going to be here on Saturday. All right? That's my day off for the week. But when I return on Sunday, it'll be a major stream of Call of Duty. I've been doing these once a week, a major stream. quite frankly, everyone, this may be the final week where I do a major stream of Call of Duty like this. Because starting next week, it's new releases. And once new releases are added to the mix, those are going to take priority over other things. And being that there's going to be 4 new releases between, the last 2 weeks of the month, I think that this is probably the last major stream of Call of Duty that I'm going to be doing. Okay? So, that's going to be on Saturday. Saturday night will be Genshin Impact. Okay? Monday, I said Saturday, that's Sunday, excuse me. So, Sunday's major stream will be Call of Duty. Sunday night will be Genshin Impact. Monday, it's going to be the continuation of Divinity again. And Monday night, likely, a late night Call of Duty stream, because the next day is when the new releases hit. On Tuesday of this week, it's the release of MLB The Show 21. And then supposedly within 2 days, this is what's confusing, it says that Nier Replicant comes out on Thursday. Now, how often do you see a new release on a Thursday? Almost never. Typically, new release games come out either Tuesdays or Fridays. So why Nier Replicant is scheduled for a Tuesday release, I have absolutely no idea, but apparently it currently is. So those are the 2 new releases for this week. And MLB The Show will be a major focus on Tuesday, but after that, likely it'll just graduate to just be a late night chill stream. And then we'll have a balance between, say, Divinity, Danganronpa, and Nier. Of course, Nier Replicant will have the priority. I'm going to play way more Nier Replicant than anything else right off the bat. And so then late night streams will probably be a balance between MLB and some Call of Duty. And, of course, once a week I play Fall Guys. In fact, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about that, that's what I should be doing Sunday night. Sunday night should be Fall Guys. I'm just thinking about it now, like, wait a minute. That's right. I didn't play Fall Guys this weekend, so probably Sunday this week should be Call of Duty and Fall Guys. Monday should actually be Divinity and Genshin. Aha! There you go. I knew I was forgetting something. I had something in the back of my head. I was like, are you forgetting something? Yes, I forgot Fall Guys. So there you go. So Sunday will be Call of Duty and Fall Guys. Monday will be Divinity and Genshin. And then Tuesday will be MLB. And maybe, I don't know, balance that with Call of Duty or something. And so the focus in the daytime will be Nier Replicant. And every once in a while mixing it up and doing something different. But the night streams are going to be MLB, Call of Duty, and then once a week Fall Guys, once a week Street Fighter, that kind of stuff. Okay? Okay, good. Expand Dawn clarified it. He says, Nier Replicant will actually come out April 23rd here in the United States. There is an April 22nd release date, but that's Japan. What's weird about that is if you search online, everyone says it comes out on the 22nd. Like, every major site says the 22nd. So it sounds like there's some misinformation. I'm going to play it whenever it comes out. Whenever it's out, I'm getting it. All right, so there you go. So that's going to be the next coming week. It's going to be a mix between MLB, Nier Replicant, a little bit of progress in Divinity, a little bit of progress in Danganronpa, some Call of Duty, all kinds of stuff. Good stuff. Next week, I'm here Sunday through Friday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So 6 straight days of streaming next week. We're kind of getting back to the way of things with my schedule, and I hope honestly it stays consistent. It might not. It very well could change the week after, but if I can stream 6 straight days a week without having it being broken up by a day off and stuff, that'd be perfect. But I guess we'll find out. We shall see what happens. All right. Outside of that, ladies and gentlemen, today is the 15th of April. Today is the halfway point of the month. All right? If you please direct your attention to the top of my stream, you'll notice we have a subscriber goal for the month of April. 900 subs. That goal represents all subscriber goals for the month. There are not multiple tiers of subscriber goal or anything like that. Okay? So, FYI. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please consider subscribing. If we hit 900 subs this month, we're doing a special event. It is called the Retro Replay Event, where you guys will nominate and vote for a game that I played either in 2015 or earlier. So we're talking over 6 years ago at this point. Okay? It'll be a playthrough that will now be made with modern direct capture, modern live streaming, webcam, interaction with stream chatters, etc. So basically think about doing an old playthrough that I did, but redoing it for a modern audience. It could be pretty damn good. People have already started to think of some of their favorite playthroughs of all time, including games such as Fallout, Metal Gear Solid. A lot of people have said randoms like, hey, what about Never Dead? Like, geez, really? That's what you want me to do? I mean, it would be eligible. Some people have said, what about the Saints Row games? Like Saints Row 2, I never even did a full playthrough of. That was one of my earliest playthroughs I ever did for YouTube, right? A lot of suggestions. A lot of suggestions have popped up. All right? So anyway, that's the deal. In addition, if we do qualify for said event by hitting 900 subs this month, I will do a marathon event stream where I'll play said game that you guys pick for about, 6 to 7 straight hours to get a good tear into the game and start that playthrough with a bang. Okay? And in addition to all of that, if we do hit the goal, I will do a special episode of DSP Tries It as well during that event. So, good stuff coming up if we hit the subs goal. Now, a couple things I have to say about this. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, FYI, last month in the month of March, there was a 2 to 3 sub bombs that were dropped on this channel, and they all happened in the second half of March. If I remember correctly, one was in the third week, and 2 were in the final week of March. If I remember correctly, it was a lot of subs, so I would think probably between 100 to 200 subs that were dropped as a sub bomb around the second half of March. Those are going to expire soon. Okay? Those will expire soon. So FYI, it's a big problem because you're going to see the sub count drop dramatically soon. In addition to that, I feel, and this is my personal opinion, that a lot of people have decided to start depending on a certain couple individuals here who are very generous and who every month kind of come by and gift subs. They're kind of like, oh, don't worry, that person's just going to save the day again. And I don't feel that that's the mentality to have. I don't feel that putting that as a responsibility on the shoulders of 1 or 2 people who just so happen to be generous individuals and come by and support the stream every month, I don't think that's fair at all. And I see people joking about it every month, and some people aren't joking about it. They're like, oh, don't worry. We're going to see the same 2 guys come by this month, and they're going to drop a sub bomb, and we'll be fine. That's not right. It's not their responsibility to do that, okay? You have to understand that this sub-goal reward is something for everyone. It's supposed to represent a community reward for community effort, people stepping up and subscribing if they're not subbed, helping out their fellow viewers by gifting subs, etc. And if we hit the milestone, great, then we celebrate. It's not supposed to be, oh, we feel that there's an obligatory responsibility that someone comes by and drops the sub bomb, so we do the event every month. That's not how it works, okay? And I've seen this attitude recently, and honestly, I don't appreciate it, and I think it's completely unfair. People shouldn't just expect that every month the same people are going to come by to the rescue, per se, and make a sub goal get hit. In fact, I would go as far to say this month, I would actually hope that doesn't happen. What I would hope is the following, all right? In the next couple of weeks, there's going to be 4 new games. MLB The Show, Near Replicant, Returnal, and Pokemon Snap. And what I would hope is that with the 4 new games that I'm playing, all right, number 1, this is going to bring in viewers who haven't been around for quite a while. There's people who come and only watch my stuff because they want to watch me play all the new releases. There haven't been new releases for 2.5, 3 months. So admittedly, we've basically had an audience of the regulars here. People who come by and hang out with me no matter what I'm playing because they enjoy me and my personality and or the way that I handle myself during various streams. Okay? And that's fine. That's absolutely fine to me. That's what we've had. Okay? But then, like I said, because we don't have that natural influx of viewers for new releases, it becomes, oh, we got to rely on this person and this person and this person to contribute so we can have a celebratory event. So I don't feel that's right. So here's the deal. If you're not subbed to the channel, but you're a regular, I urge you to sub. All right? I'm not gonna make two bones about it. I urge you to sub to the channel. You get so many benefits for subbing, including over 40 emotes. You get a cool chat crown badge, and you don't have to watch advertisements. Let me just tell you, the advertisement thing alone, not having to have ads run when you boot up the stream, is a big plus. Okay? Now would be the time to subscribe if you haven't. Okay? So, please do. Also, if you've kind of been sitting around and, saying, hey, I'd like to help out, but I don't know exactly when, this might be the time to give some subs. Give some subs to your fellow viewers, your friends here on the chat, someone who you know is a regular but doesn't have a sub right now. Now might be the time for that. Okay? All right? I'm just saying, not that there's any obligation that anyone has to contribute to my streams, but I feel that, you know, it really, since it's a group reward, it should be a group effort. It shouldn't just be, oh, I rely on 1 or 2 people to come by and drop sub bombs. In fact, I'll go as far to say this. It'd be great if we hit the subscriber goal this month, but I would actually prefer if we were able to get these 80 or so subs in the next 2 weeks and hit the sub goal without having someone or 1 or 2 people who are the regulars come in and drop a sub bomb. I'm serious about that, because I would rather have it be, okay, people rallied together because of new releases and because they like Phil and they showed their support, versus, well, the same guy just bailed us out again, and that's the attitude that people have. It's like, I don't like that attitude at all. I just don't. Okay? Now, here's the thing. If we don't hit the subscriber goal for this month, all right, a couple things. First of all, the reason that the subscriber goal is so high this month is because you guys told me to do it this way. Previous months, I had much lower subscriber goals, but it was incremental, meaning hit tier 1 and we'll do an event. Hit tier 2 and we'll have something special for the event. Hit tier 3, a DSP tries it will unlock. And when I did that, people complained. They said it felt like the goalpost was always moving further and further, and that it never felt like we ever hit the end goal objective because I didn't set an end goal. It was just keep expanding, and people didn't like that. They said they wanted an end goal to work towards, okay? So I said, sure, fine, I'll do that. And I did that this month, and I hate to say it, it doesn't seem like it's working out very well, because we're halfway through the month, and at one point we were at 880-something subscriptions, and now we're only at 820. So you see what I mean? I think that maybe the incremental thing was working much better than what we were experimenting with in the month of April here, okay? Now, in addition, if we don't hit the subscriber goal this month, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to repeat that. Ladies and gentlemen, if we don't hit the subscriber goal for April, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't mean the channel's falling apart at the seams. It doesn't mean that there's no support at all. All right? There's none about that. That's not it at all. I would say it's the opposite. We're experimenting with different things to see what works. I'm always listening to viewer feedback. If it doesn't work for 1 month, it doesn't work for 1 month. Next month, we'll reassess things, right? We'll see how things go. We'll maybe adjust the goal appropriately, because keep in mind, once these sub bombs expire, likely what's going to end up happening is the total subs will dip a bunch, and we'll have to see, okay, let's readjust the sub goal for May to make it more realistic. It ain't going to be 900 if we lose 200 subs and we don't get any of those back, right? But I also feel that, again, with 4 new releases this month, with weekly new releases next month, including Resident Evil and the Mass Effect collection, that we're going to see a significant increase in interest on my streams coming up soon. So I don't think it's a big deal, but some people are acting like it is, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, if we don't hit the sub goal, it's disaster. We really need these heroes to come into the stream and drop sub bombs. No, that's not the case at all. I don't want people coming in here feeling like personal responsibility for the success of this channel. That's not the case at all. Again, what it's supposed to be is I put out streams for you guys every day. You enjoy them. And then people who can afford it and every once in a while feel the need to support me can do that. It's not 2 people. It's a group effort of everyone, right? That's how crowdfunding works. Okay? Fair enough? I'm trying to be as upfront and honest with you guys as possible about this, so that there's no misconceptions, there's no expectations, and so you guys understand that if we do have a giant expiring groups of subs in the next week or 2 weeks, and we don't hit the sub goal this month, that it is not the end of things. Everything is fine. Trust me, especially with the new releases coming out, it's going to be quite the opposite around here, I feel. Okay? Fair enough? All right. So I got it out of the way. If you want a sub, please do. If you want to help someone else out, please gift a sub. It would help. It would get us towards the goal. Hopefully we'll hit the goal. It's very possible, but it's not guaranteed. Fair enough? Okay. Fair enough. There you go. All right, guys. So, I could just sit here, and I could give you a giant plug segment today. I don't feel like doing that today. I'll just say, please be careful with yourself and your online identity, because people will harass you if they can. So be careful what you say and do. You try to diversify your online presence. Don't use the same name everywhere you're going. Don't leave the DMs open here on Twitch. That's too dangerous. Today we have tips goals in effect. If we raise $50 in tips, I'll put on my Gunner glasses. If we raise $100 in tips, I'll put on a vest. Yesterday, I wore the red vest. So that means today, eligible vests would include the beige, the platinum, the camo, the denim, and the blue. Be as dramatic as possible. And the blue. Those would be the 5 vests eligible today if we hit the tips goal of $100. Of course, if we hit the tips goal, then we could talk about hitting things like the double tips goal, the triple tips goal, etc. But we don't go there until we've already hit the tier 1 tips goal. Okay? I would appreciate tips. Tips help me more in the short term. They really do. But if you want to cheer, you want to sub, that's also greatly appreciated. But tips, we have these special rewards in place for. If you're going to tip me, please create a verified PayPal account. I only accept verified PayPal accounts with, I only accept verified tips with very few exceptions these days, due to security reasons. Verified tips allow me to trust your tip and not have to worry about someone's going to charge it back or refund it, which is a great thing. In addition to that, if you are going to be a regular tipper to my stream, I strongly recommend you use a code word with your tips, meaning, you know, write me a nice message when you send me the tip, but also say, hey, my code word is this. Once that happens, I can know to trust that tip moving forward, because only you and I would know your code word, and that way I can immediately count the tip, add it to the total, and not have to check and try to verify tips here on stream. Fair enough? All right, let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. So, I just want to give everyone an update, because of course everyone is going to ask me already today. I just want to get the elephant out of the room so we can move on. Here's the deal. Oh, by the way, we're in the middle of a hype train. I don't even know how this happened, because I wasn't looking at contributions, but apparently we're in the middle of a hype train here. We're 78% to hitting level 1, which would unlock an emote for anyone who cheers, subs, or gifts a sub during this time period. And there's currently 3 minutes left, FYI. Okay? Very nice. Now, let's get the elephant out of the room and talk very quickly about the COVID vaccine. As of today, April 15th, myself and my wife are fully eligible for getting the COVID vaccine because we are adults over the age of 16, and in Washington State, as of today, we became eligible for the vaccine. I've been talking to you guys about this for the past week, saying I don't know how this is going to work because here in our state, it's already been reported that people who were eligible previously couldn't even get in to get their second shots yet. Logistically, it's been a nightmare here in Washington where people have not been able to accurately get scheduled for what they need. And officials in the last week actually came out publicly and said this is a bad idea to open the floodgates and allow everyone to try to register for a COVID shot because already people who need the second shot can't get in. So how the heck is this going to work with every adult trying to register at once? Okay? I've been talking about this all week, that I was dreading today, that I knew today would come and probably would be a nightmare. So allow me to give you my experience on how I'm basically what I'm seeing. Last night at 11 p.m., I went online and I said, gee, maybe they've updated everything early and I can actually register, okay? By the way, I want to say shout out to a couple people who've been trying to help me with this because I got a couple really useful websites that were recommended to me that I've been using. I actually found one website. It's actually called, I'm going to try to help you guys. If you need a vaccine, this should help you out. Oh, never mind. It's a Washington vaccine spotter. Oh, no, it's not. Vaccinespotter.org. So what this website does, vaccinespotter.org, okay, it indexes all of the local pharmacies that are providing vaccines, and it checks all of them to let you know if there's any local pharmacies near you that are doing vaccine appointments, okay? All right? So basically, here's how it works. Use this tool, you keep refreshing. And when you keep refreshing it, it allows you to see who has appointments. Just to give you some idea, Albertsons, Walgreens, Costco, CVS, Fred Meyer, Health Mart, Pharmaca, which I've never even heard of, QFC, Rite Aid, Safeway, Walgreens, and Walmart, they're all offering vaccines in store. Okay? So I've been running this website. This is one of the things I'm using. This is all the pharmacies near me to see if any vaccines are available. I've been running this, frequently. In addition, there's a state-run website that I've been going to, and the state-run website kind of indexes everything outside of those local pharmacies, including places like churches, actual local doctor's offices, things like that. Okay? Did I say KFC? I said QFC, not KFC. I said QFC. No, they're not doing... That would be crazy if they did a KFC vaccine. Holy crap. Anyway, so I've been... At 11 p.m. last night, I run the websites, all of them. Nothing. No vaccines available. Nothing. Okay? Damn. That sucks. Let's try again. So I tried again at midnight. I figured at midnight, now everything should fully update to say that everyone's fully eligible. Nothing. Nothing available anywhere. Now, of course, I can't call a church. I can't call a doctor's office in the middle of the night because they're closed. There's no point in calling. But all the stuff that you can do online, nothing available for anyone. It says nothing at all. Okay? Now, the Kroger website. Kroger is a major company. They own a bunch of places, including Fred Meyer, QFC, and a few other local grocery stores around here. They own the chains, okay? They have their own website where you enter in your personal data, including your date of birth, any medical conditions, what your job is, and that's supposed to qualify you for the vaccine, okay? I have been checking out this Kroger website all night, starting at midnight and all the way as early as 10:30 this morning before I jumped onto the stream. They never updated it. The Kroger website was never updated to show that in Washington, adults are now eligible. When you go to the website, you enter in your data, it just says, oh, sorry, only people of higher risk are eligible right now. So Kroger is lazy as shit and never updated their website. So good job, Kroger, on that. Really shows how much you care about the community when you don't even update the fucking site per the state requirements. Very nice of you. But I have been refreshing constantly, okay? Constantly. This website, admittedly, I haven't done it in the last half hour that I've been doing pre-stream, but all morning I was checking. Are any pharmacies opening up or anything, all right? The only places that are showing available, there's one local church, and there's a couple local doctor's offices. I called the church. The line is constantly busy. No one picks up. It's just busy, which likely means, guess what? It probably has a million people calling trying to get appointments, and no one can get through. So that's a bust. I tried calling the doctor's office, all right? I called one doctor's office this morning. I sat on hold for 40 minutes, and I gave up, and I hung up. Okay? And that's my experience. So my experience is no local pharmacies at all have the vaccine at all. It's not available right now. I keep refreshing. Nothing's opening up. Nothing's popping up. The local places that you need to be on the phone for, no one answers because it's busy, or you just sit there on hold endlessly. No one picks up. And then major companies like Kroger didn't even bother updating anything, right? So there you go. Now, keep in mind, I'm not just trying to get a vaccine for me. I'm also trying to get a vaccine for my wife. And likely, I would make the appointment for her before me. She needs to get it before me. She is a retail worker. She has exposure to people, the public, every day. And she definitely needs it before I get it. Because a lot of people right now are being really stupid shitheads in the stream chat, screaming and saying, oh, you entitled fuck. You don't need the vaccine. You sit at home all day. That is true. But my wife does not. My wife is at work with people interacting every single day, and then she comes home to me. So if she gets it and brings it home, we're both fucked. So if you use your brain instead of being a fucking idiot and saying dumb shit in my stream chat, maybe you could, put two and two together and realize why this is kind of important, you stupid idiots. Okay, then. So, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm trying to figure out, okay? According to what we can see, nothing anywhere remotely near us is available. Now, I haven't searched for things like 10, 20 miles away, because how often would we be able to go 10, 20 miles away, right? That would have to be on like a day off where we're going to drive an extended period of time or whatever. So eventually what I'll do, if let's say, for example, it takes a week or two, and I keep constantly searching, and we can't find shit, which very likely is going to happen, because I knew this was going to happen. You can't have a state already backlogged on vaccines, right? People can't get their second dose, but then you just arbitrarily open the floodgates one day and expect that magically everyone's going to be able to find a fucking appointment. Our governor is a ridiculous dunce, all right? He just is. He's a really stupid dunce. I'm sorry to say it. He's fucked up everything for this whole COVID thing ever since the launch of all his sanctions last year. He has no idea how to handle anything. He's flying by the seat of his pants. And this is just another example of him having absolutely no clue what to do and just kind of throwing his hands up in the air and doing some kind of arbitrary thing. Okay? So that being said, all right? That being said, I will probably keep doing this roughly for 2-3 weeks, see if I can ever get something to open up. What I would hope is eventually one day, if I keep checking, there will be an opportunity for a vaccine to open up at a local pharmacy or something for both of us. I'm going to enter my wife first because she needs it more than me. and then I'll see if I can get my own appointment, okay? So I'll just keep doing it. Now, if in some case, let's say within 2-3 weeks we can't get one, then likely what I'll end up doing is seeing if we can have, okay, we schedule a day where it's a really far away. We have to go to one of these mass vaccination sites down in Seattle or something, and just stand there and fucking wait in line with people, which of course puts you at high risk to get fucking COVID to begin with. And that's how we got to do it. Then maybe that's how we're going to have to do it, but that has to be scheduled way ahead of time because my wife's going to have to take time off of work or whatever to do it, you know? So we need to know ahead of time. So I guess we'll see what happens here. I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping that maybe, today is the launch day of the fucking thing, right? Today is the launch day of the fucking thing. So what I'm thinking is, it's going to be crazy for a few days regardless. You probably won't even see a single appointment open up. But I'm thinking maybe give it a week or two, things will calm down. People who were so desperate to get it right away, that will have finally calmed down. And I'm feeling eventually I'm going to be able to get one. It's just going to have to be a patience. Patience is key. And what I have to keep in mind is that we're not at high risk. My wife has a moderate degree of risk having interactions with people every day at a store, but it's not a fact that we don't have giant pre-existing conditions that what I mean. Like, I just gotta have patience. And the other thing is that I have to understand is that we have had a situation where we've been at high, or my wife has been at high risk for getting COVID for a year. She didn't. My wife is very diligent. She washes frequently her hands. She uses hand sanitizer. She's always masking up. She's not touching her face. She's not, you know what I mean? She's not doing high risk things. She's purposely doing everything she can. And she has stayed healthy this last year. I'm very proud of her because I know it was probably incredibly stressful to work frontline retail like that and worry every moment about, am I getting COVID? Some idiot's coughing around the store and shit, right? So I'm very proud of her that, she has kept healthy this last year. And so even with the fact that, yes, there's always a risk, I'm not too worried about it. But the fact is, we want the vaccine. We want it as soon as possible, as soon as we can get it. So I'll see what happens. But the thing is, I knew people were going to ask me about it today. They were going to ask me, what was my experience? How's it going? I wanted to share that. And very simply, I'll just keep checking and see what happens. All right? If things open up, great. If not, well, maybe we'll have to go to some extreme, some way outside of our comfort zone to get it. I know we're eventually going to get it. It's just a matter of time and it's a matter of patience. Okay? But I'm not going to talk about this every day. I'm just not. I'm not going to talk about this every single day. I just wanted to get it out of the way right now so that you guys know what's going on, because I know people were going to ask me, Phil, you were eligible today. Did you get it? No, of course not. I knew I wasn't getting it today. I told you I wasn't getting it today. Okay? I knew what was going to happen with this. Pray for Rock says, does my wife take a shower the moment she comes home? Do you want to know the truth? When my wife comes home, she immediately washes her hands. She takes off her external clothing, all right? Things that, that she was basically wearing that were open, exposed to people at work, and usually jumps in the shower. I'm not kidding. Like, she usually does that every day because she knows she was just exposed to people for hours on end, and, that way minimizes the risk. Plus, when you're working all day, you're sweaty. You come home, okay, time to shower, feel refreshed, now have a relaxing rest of the day, right? So there you go. That's the truth. If you don't believe me, too bad! Okay. Anyway, guys. So that's the deal. That's it. And I'm not going to talk about it every day. I'm not. Every day, here's what you can know. Every day I'm checking. Every day, as soon as I wake up, I'll check. Every night, several times a night, I'll check. I have the website ready and loaded here. I'm going to keep trying to check this Kroger website that they never fucking updated. So hopefully that'll update soon. And I'm going to keep checking the website that indexes all the local stuff, all the pharmacies and stuff. And eventually, hopefully I'll get a vaccine appointment for us. That would be nice. Now, the thing also, someone brought up a point in the stream chat earlier this morning. They said, so once you get your first vaccine, if it's a 2-doser, which most of them are now, you immediately will be given your appointment for the next vaccine, and you have no choice in the matter. You just, like, you got to come here this date in 3 weeks to get your second dose. So, we'll have to do that. And there's not much, not much can be done about it. Just, if it's a day when I'm streaming, have to go. If it's a day when my wife has to work, she'll have to tell her job ahead of time, I can't be here, I got to get my second vaccine. All right? So, that's that. Doesn't matter if it's a work day, doesn't matter what. We're just going to have to go and get our second dose once we get the first. But I get the feeling, I really get the feeling, that, quite frankly, I don't think that we're going to get the first dose anytime soon anyway. Like I said, right now, everyone is freaking out trying to get it. I guarantee you it's going to be 2-3 weeks before we even get a first dose appointment. And then after that, worrying about the follow-up appointment. So, okay. All right, everyone. That's that. I got it out of the way. The COVID story. The COVID vaccine story. And if there's any positive updates, eventually I'll tell you. But I'm just going to tell you this. I'm not going to talk about it every day. There's no point. There's no point in me sitting here every day, blabbing about this when, quite frankly, there's no updates. Okay? Okay. Now, one other thing I want to talk about before we get to shoutouts. Yesterday we brought this up. Okay? Yesterday, I talked about how Twitch has finally publicly acknowledged that there's an epidemic of view botting and follower botting here on the site. That they have identified 7 million accounts that are bot accounts, and they are systematically running algorithms to close said accounts. Okay? In fact, I gave you a personal story that recently, when I was around 98,000 followers, and I said, hey, this would be great. When we hit 100,000 followers later this year, we'll do some special celebration. Obviously, it's not going to be soon because it looks like I get maybe 500 followers a month, if that. So maybe come after all these new releases in April, May, and June, maybe by the summer, we'll be nearing 100,000 followers, and we can plan some kind of a special event to celebrate. All of a sudden, as soon as I mentioned that, within 2 days, I went from 98,000 followers to now I'm over 100,000. It's like 100,700, something stupid like that. Sorry, there was not 2,500 new viewers who jumped onto my channel in the last month. That just didn't happen. Nor do I believe that there's 2,500 people who are anticipating the new releases and decided to preemptively follow my channel. It's botting. All right? It's bullshit. It's botting. It's someone coming in here maliciously and said, oh, I think if I follow or bot Phil, I'll screw over his plans of doing a celebratory event coming up in the summer. Ha ha ha. I really stuck it to him. In reality, they didn't. In reality, this is just a stupid thing. And I actually hope that Twitch will continue to run this algorithm and remove these bot accounts because I don't want fake followers. I even said this yesterday. I said I would go as far to say, I guarantee you half the followers on this channel are either inactive or bots or both. There's no way that I have 100,000 active followers on this channel. On each stream, I get 300 to 400 viewers tops. I mean, the highest viewed stream that I get usually is around 1,000 viewers, and that's on a super duper big new release day. It just doesn't happen. So I don't believe for a moment that there's truly 100,000 followers. At the same time, this is always what happens everywhere that I've been. On YouTube, it's always been the same thing. How many years have it said that I have almost 200,000 subs on YouTube and each video gets under 1,000 views, right? So, pretty ridiculous how these businesses operate. So, here's the thing. I've been expecting my follower count to dip for the past couple of days. It is not. It's still over 100,000. In fact, it's growing. So I think that actually, just me talking about this the past couple of days, even more people have come and botted the stupid account here. I really expect it's going to drop. I would be shocked if I don't get a drop in followers in the next couple of weeks as this algorithm continues to run. Okay? So I guess we'll see what happens. All right? But I just wanted to give a follow-up. Yes, I'm aware that nothing has really changed yet on my channel. I think that this is just a slow run. I mean, it's 7 million accounts, people. It's probably going to take a while for Twitch to get through 7 million accounts and review all of that. You know what I'm saying? This is not an easy fix. This is something that will probably take a while. So, YouTube, same thing. YouTube regularly runs algorithms, and all of a sudden you see a giant dip in your subs. That's actually why I've never topped 200,000 subs on YouTube. Because I get up to like 190,000, 195, and then they run the algorithm, and I drop down like 170. And that's happened like 25 times in the last 5 years. So I know I will never hit 200,000 subs on YouTube ever. It will just never happen. I know it. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that's enough of that. Let's do shout-outs. Shall we? Okay, let's do it. Alright, so we start off today with Fantasy Star PG, who did a 50-bit cheer. Let's get him up on the leaderboard, and then we'll see what he has to say today. Shit. So Fantasy Star PG did a 50-bit cheer. He said there's a fan petition to get Days Gone 2 greenlit at Sony. Something I forgot to mention last time, Days Gone is going to be a free for April Plus game. Free for April Plus? You mean free for PS Plus game in the month of April, I think is what he meant to say. People who skipped it or traded in the physical copy early can now play the entire game past that 10-hour mark of boredom. I do feel because of the backlash, Sony will greenlight the sequel. I don't know about that. I think Sony's financially going to look at things big picture and go from there. Especially if Ben Studios is working on other games. I don't think they're going to drop everything to start working on Days Gone 2. But I guess we'll see what happens. Golden Colts cheers. Says, my computer calendar shows today's tax day in the U.S., so I hope your tax day goes smoothly and the taxes are soundly defeated. Normally, April 15th would be tax day in the U.S., and what that means is as of today is the last day you're supposed to file your federal taxes. And or today's supposed to be the final day you can pay what you owe for your federal taxes. Okay? But because of COVID, this is the second year in a row. Taxes have been extended. Now, last year they were extended all the way into the summer. I think it was like June or July. This year they're extended until May. So actually our tax day has been moved to mid-May. But the good news is, as of yesterday, officially, Kat and I signed all the forms, got them over to our tax guy, and as of yesterday, our taxes are considered done. They're going to file them online, and everything is done. All right? So it took a while. It was back and forth for weeks with data and shit. You know, I've been working on this since February, and like I told you guys, I had to pay the guy. I paid him last month, and then he had to go through everything. So finally, as of, last night, the taxes are done. All right? And the good news is, according to the tax guy, everything should be fine. As expected, I didn't pay all of the taxes I owed last year. I was behind a little bit, but nowhere near as much as I had been in previous years. So this should easily be able to be rolled into my existing back tax payment plan that I'm already doing. And now, with the new payments that we figured out, 2021, if all goes according to plan, ladies and gentlemen, for the first year in like 4 to 5 years, maybe the first year I'm actually able to pay all my federal taxes on time, and next year I probably will not owe the federal government back taxes, or at least in addition to anything that I already owe. So this is as they say, the road to recovery. This is the first year where I am not going to be accumulating bad debt, back debt, things that are going to keep you adding, oh, you owe more, you owe more. As long as things stay good the way they've been going. I mean, things have been great. I mean, guys, I have no complaints about the level of support I'm getting on streams. You guys have been outstanding. You guys are supporting me in so many awesome ways. And because of that, that's why I'm at this situation where things are getting better for me now. Okay, I hope you know that. And thank you for that, guys. So, again, knock on wood. I'm not superstitious, but I need as much help as I can fucking get. As long as things keep going swimmingly good this year with how things are going, it looks like this year I'll be able to pay all the taxes I owe on time, and next year there will be no extra taxes owed, and then it'll just be a matter of time of, several years of me paying this back tax plan until they're all done, and then I'll be caught up, and I'll be good to go. It's going to take a while, but this is, like I said, this is really, there's a light at the end of the tunnel now. Instead of always saying, I have no idea what's going to happen, I have the weight on my back of the debt and shit, finally it looks like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. This is very good. Okay? Good. All right. Let's continue. Golden Colts cheered again. He says, a Detroit restaurant drew backlash and line this week for issuing a Facebook post on its policy telling customers who smell like weed to not even think of coming into their restaurant. In a Tuesday Facebook post, they wrote, business casual is the minimum dress code that should be adhered to while dining at their restaurant. Excuse me, I turned away from the mic to burp. Hoodies and jerseys are not business attire, the upscale eatery pointed out, adding that ball caps and sneakers are not permitted. What do you think of this, based or Reddit? Ladies and gentlemen, in the United States, if you're a business owner, you have the right to have a dress code and have requirements for people to use your establishment. It's illegal. It is legal. That if someone owns a business, a restaurant, you can have a dress code, you can have all this. As long as it's not being considered discriminatory in a biased way. Like, for example, you know, it can't be racially driven. You can't say, oh, everyone's welcome in my store except for someone wearing a burqa, you're banned. Because that would be considered racially biased. You see what I'm saying? But if, in general, the same dress code is enforced to every person who's a customer, that is perfectly legal in the United States. Now, here's the thing. It may not be the smartest choice. You may very well piss people off. They may think, wow, who are you to tell me I'm not good enough to go into your establishment? Oh, I gotta dress up to go to your fucking restaurant? Well, aren't you hoity-toity? And who made you God's gift to the earth when it comes to being a fucking place to eat, right? You could really piss people off with something like that. So really, it depends on the business owner themselves to make that kind of a decision, okay? And it depends on the individual operator to say what kind of a business they want to operate. I'm pretty sure McDonald's is not going to be enforcing a dress code anytime soon. At the very same time, I'm pretty sure if I walk into a sit-down restaurant, I don't want a bunch of people going in there shirtless and shoeless and wearing underpants sitting down to eat. It's a little, you see what I mean? You know, there's some common sense involved here, but sadly there's no common sense in a lot of people in the modern era. So you kind of have to outline these things. Now, personally, I don't know actually what the Facebook post says from this business. I have not seen it. So I am not answering this question from a informed perspective in regards to this individual business. But what I will say is this. Every business has the right to decide what kind of clientele they want. And if they decide they're an upper class business and they don't want to have people coming in hoodies and sneakers, they can say that. But it doesn't mean that their reputation is going to be good. You very well could get completely dragged through the mud online, have people say that you are elitist douchebags and you don't deserve business because you're basically being insulting to common people, you see? So it's really up to the business owner to decide. Maybe they feel their menu is so expensive anyway, right? That only people of a certain dress are going to go in there. You know, if you have to dress up to go in and afford a $100 minimum plate, then obviously, you know, the dress code really probably won't affect you negatively in any way. You see? So I guess it really depends. Personally, would I ever eat at a place like that? Not likely. I don't think that I should dress up to go eat. I think that's kind of silly. But they have the right to do it in America. So, okay, moving on. Jay Hawkwood cheered and says, a bunch of streamers are losing bot followers. You still are going strong. Shout out to the DSP community for growing and staying positive. Again, I don't feel that the 100,740 something followers here are legit. I would guess at least half are fake. Stay positive. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Stay Positive, for the sub. Shook Ones has done the first tip of the day, which is a $3 tip. And actually, Shook Ones has an update on something important, and I'd like to read this out. X Shook Ones X. It's a $3 tip. Okay. So, X Shook Ones X, or I just say Shook Ones, tip me $3 to get the tipping started for the day, and says the following. This evening, there is going to be a second Resident Evil 8 gameplay showcase. It has been leaked. Another demo is on the way. A second demo seems to have accidentally appeared on the PlayStation Network store, but I guess it was removed. Most likely, we will get it right after tonight's event. If it does come out, will you play it tonight? The answer is as follows. Yes, I will. Yes, I will play it tonight if it does come out. That's exactly how we handled the last Resident Evil 8 demo. That we waited to see if it would come out, and it did come out, and then I played it. So yes, if there is a new Resident Evil demo tonight, yes, I will play it on the late stream. Okay? And then, likely, it's going to be less than an hour, so then we'll just switch over. For the rest of the stream, we'll play Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War as was originally scheduled. Okay? That's what we're going to do. That is exactly what we're going to do. But we'll see what happens. I don't know when it's going to come out or when it's going to be released, but if it does come out tonight, we'll play it, okay? Thank you, Shook Ones, for bringing that up. Lunamo gifted a sub to play Divinity Original Sin 2. Congrats, player Divinity Original Sin 2. What a name. And thank you, Lunamo, for the support. Jay Hawkwood gifted a sub to Indie Fox. Congratulations, Indie Fox. Thank you, Jay Hawkwood, for the gifted sub. Green Apple Slush gifted a sub to Mr. Hurdy Gurdy Man Sock. Congratulations to Mr. Hurdy Gurdy Man Sock, and thank you, Green Apple Slush, for the gifted sub. Blatantly, Mr. Hurdy Gurdy Man cheering said, I think part of the problem is you have double the amount of subs than you do the average viewer. Well, yes, and here's the thing. That is a result of being a variety streamer. If I were only playing one kind of game, okay, and I got to burp again. Hold on. Excuse me. It's going to come any second now. Excuse me. I turned away from the mic again. I'm doing my best. When I feel it coming, I will turn away from the mic. I promise you guys that. I don't always know when it's coming. Okay? Okay, fair enough? Now, what was I answering? I got distracted by the burp. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. I'm a variety streamer. If I was just playing one kind of game, like, for example, if I only played Street Fighter, and regularly my streams had 400 viewers, I would expect to have 400 subscribers, and that's it. Maybe 500 for people who aren't always around, but they come by every once in a while. Okay? I'm a variety streamer. I play a wide variety of games. There's some of you on stream today to watch Divinity that tonight for Call of Duty, you may have zero interest and not come back, but maybe you'll come back in a couple days for MLB or something, right? So you'll sub, but you're not always here. You see what I'm saying? There's an audience for each kind of game that I play. And so people should be able to come by and... what are you guys talking about? It says someone's spamming the N-word. That is not allowed, and if I see it, I'll take care of it. I didn't see it. I don't think there's any moderators currently. But I didn't see it. If I see it, I'll take care of it. In fact, do you guys know the name of the person? I'll just ban them now. Just let me know. Okay? Alright, anyway. So... since I'm a variety streamer, that's the deal. I think the people who are here aren't always here for the same kind of game. But, for example, today I get 400 viewers on Divinity. Tonight I get 500 viewers for Call of Duty. Tomorrow I get 300 viewers for Danganronpa. Tomorrow night I get 400 viewers for Street Fighter. There's maybe 100 people who cross over all those streams, but outside of that, it's all individual viewers. Just between those 4 streams, it's over 1,000 viewers, which justifies having 800 subs. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. Banished Legion. Tip me $1.30 and says, about a week ago I was banned for making a rude comment. I apologize. All right, I'm gonna unban Banished Legion and give him another chance. I think he's waited long enough. Okay? He's waited long enough. I've removed the ban. Hopefully he learned his lesson and he won't do that kind of stuff again. Okay? I'm giving him a second chance. I'm feeling generous today. I'm in a generous mood. So hopefully he doesn't let us all down. But Phil, he was the guy spamming the N-word. Oh. No, he wasn't. I'm just saying. I hope not, please. Okay. Captain Div did 100-bit cheers. I'm subbed Phil, and so is King Cuck69. There you go. We were talking about people who aren't subbed, and he says he is subbed. So thank you, Captain Div, for the 100-bit cheer. That's actually the biggest cheer of the day so far. Plum Goral gifted a sub to SD Chargers 1. Congrats, SD Chargers 1. Thank you, Plum Goral, for the channel support. Excuse me. Benzuko Lives did a 200-bit cheer. That was the biggest cheer of the day. But then Timbo Slice did a 500-bit cheer. So Timbo Slice is currently the top cheer of the day. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Thank you, Timbo. Rubly Atomic did a 50-bit cheer and said, how do you remember everyone's code word? Honestly, because there's not a lot of people. I'd say probably right now, there's probably about 15 people who are using code words when they tip. So it's not a lot to remember. And it's very easy to associate a unique name with a code word. You know, as time goes on, if I get 100 code words, it may be a lot more difficult. But for now, it's pretty easy. Green Apple Slush just did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you, Green Apple Slush. Timbo Slice did a 300-bit cheer. Thank you, Timbo. Smoke Some G Fuel did a 200-bit cheer. Thank you. Captain K-Man did a 100-bit cheer. By the way, this was all during the, this was all, hold on. I'm confused. I got confused myself. This is all these cheers came in during the hype train earlier. So people were trying to get the hype train to go. And I think the hype train was successful. I just don't know what level we hit. I missed that. Okay, thank you guys. Southside Grease Job cheers to stop looking at small pharmacies, go to a mass vaccination site. And that's what I just said. I said, if I can't, in the next few weeks, if we can't get somewhere local, because the whole point here is if we can get a local place, then we can get the vaccine any day. My wife comes home from work around noon. Any day we could say, okay, there's an appointment at 3, let's go. And we go and get it. I'll pause the stream, we'll fucking drive a mile, you know, get the vaccine, come back, continue on with the stream. You see what I'm saying? That's the ideal situation. Not, oh, I gotta take a whole fucking day off from work. She has to take a day off from work. We gotta drive 1,000,000 miles to get to a mass vaccination site to get vaccinated. By the way, mass vaccination sites put you at higher risk for contracting COVID because you're around a bunch of people. You see? So the goal is to not have to do that. If I eventually have to do that, then I guess I will. But right now I'm trying to find something that's more reasonable. So. Okay. Preach has subscribed to the channel for 18 months. Thank you very much, Preach, for an 18-month resub. Blatant Mr. Hurdy-Gurdy Man Cheater says, I think you are looking at this the right way now. You will eventually get it, and until then, both you and Kat are young, healthy people. Yeah, and we're doing our best, like I said. Kat has done a really great job in the last year. She's been exposed to so many people on a daily basis and didn't get sick. So, she's obviously doing the right stuff. I'm not saying it's foolproof for sure. There's always a risk. But for us, you know, it's certainly not as big as a concern as someone who maybe is more at risk and, you know, especially someone who got their first vaccine, can't get their second vaccine. They've been trying and can't get an appointment for it, right? That's pretty messed up, and that's the situation with a lot of people. Jim Rayner tipped me $2, said you should see where you are in relation to the tax bracket at the end of the year. You buy a new computer, write it off as a business expense. If it's sole proprietorship, it decreases your income, and it could be mostly free if it moves you to another tax bracket. Then he took another $1.30 and says, I own a sole proprietorship and make purchases at the end of the year to pay as little taxes as possible. I played Divinity in 4K ultra wide, 85 frames per second. It looks amazing. Ultra wide displays are best for tactical RPGs. Thank you, Jim Rayner, for all of those tips. I appreciate that. And trust me, I know what I'm doing. I got a tax guy. I pay a lot of money. You know, a lot of stuff gets written off, and you know, it's. I'm certainly not going to give you the specifics of anything about my business because shitheads will completely, you know, try to make my life a living hell with that stuff. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue. AZ Cheers says WWE just released Samoa Joe and Billy Kay, among others. I'm glad Samoa is released because he was incredibly underrated. His talents can be better used somewhere else. Billy Kay is the same. She's also nonsensical because she earned a victory at WrestleMania. This just goes to show that Vince doesn't know what he's doing and the writers lost their touch. Yes. I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched WWE in a long time, so I don't actually know what Samoa Joe or Billy Kay were doing in regards to, you know, TV and stuff. But I've been saying it for years. But I was doing Smart Guys, you know, back in 2014 when the show, last episode I did, I probably said Vince is out of touch, you know? And he's not getting any better. It's just getting worse. It really is literally getting worse and worse. So, I hope that the good news is there is enough competition with WWE that both Samoa Joe and Billy Kay can get a job somewhere else and do and make a good living. So, thank God. GTR Freak 87 has subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much, GTR Freak, for the sub. Jay Hawkwood cheered and said, I got banned from donating for some reason. Can I get unbanned? What? What? Jay Hawkwood, you can't get banned for, like, obviously this guy's full of shit. You can't cheer if you're banned. What? I'm so confused. I have no idea what you're talking about. Email me with the details and we'll talk about it. I'm confused as shit. Ugly Tuna Roll tipped me $2, said, mate, I understand your frustration for Call of Duty Cold War with the latency issue. The super annoying and rage-inducing. When you talk about lag, you mean the latency garbage, for example, die when you're behind cover. It's constant. Well, cheers. That's correct. That's absolutely correct. The game will show you one thing, and then you die when it makes no sense. Like, how many times I'm playing, and I'm in the open, I get shot once, so I run behind cover, and then I die when behind cover. Then when you go to the kill cam, the game says, oh, the enemy killed you long before you ever made it behind cover. You see? That happens all the fucking time in the game, especially with the worst connections, the stupid skill-based matchmaking. It's not skill-based. It's terrible, okay? But you're absolutely right. That is what I'm talking about. It's ridiculous how bad it can be. It is. There's times when I get the drop on a guy, I aim and fire, I hit him 4 times, the guy on my screen never even shows facing me, then I die. Then you go to kill cam and says, oh, they saw you first and killed you. What? That's not what happened on my screen, you fucking piece of shit, idiotic fucking game dev company that thinks that that's legit for competitive play. It's not. It's very frustrating. Okay. Jay Hawkwood, yes, please just email me the details because we'll never figure this out going back and forth with cheers. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to the following people who have cheered this week. The top cheerers of the week. Thank you so much. We've got Green Apple Slush and Erica Jolie who are tied for 9th place. We've got Jay Hawkwood in 8th. We've got Major Riot in 7th. Ribley Atomic in 6th. The Villain X in 5th. Xenacak in 4th. Marita Lucina in 3rd. Timbo Slice in 2nd. And E-Web is the current top cheerer of the week. Also, thank you to those of you who gifted subs to the channel this week. And I'm well aware that many people gifted a single sub, but these are only the people who show up on the leaderboard, so that's all I can shout out. Thank you to Big Papa Phil, Django Pops, Benzuko Lives, and Ripley Atomic, who each gifted a single sub to the channel. Thank you to Lunaba, Diocletian, Beastbod, and the Master Programmer, who each gifted 2 subs. Thank you to Ultima Cloud 7 for 4 subs, and thank you to Gom for 5 gifted subscriptions. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for a fun pre-stream. Let's take a break. I got to use the restroom. I'll be back. When I come back from break, it's time for Divinity 2. We're in the midst of a fight on the ship, so we're going to pick up right where we had saved and left off, all right, and go from there. So I'll see you in a few. I recommend you take this opportunity, grab a drink or a snack for yourself, use the restroom yourself, and I'll be back with Divinity in a few minutes. Thanks.